welcome back to Get the Book, the channel that helps you read more and hopefully read better. I'd like to begin by thanking you all for your patience. I know I haven't posted a book recommendation in a while, and I think I owe you all an explanation. I decided to stop posting videos on a regular basis due to the ongoing COVID crisis around the world. Last year, we had all hoped that 2021 will bring us happier times, but unfortunately, the situation worsened in many parts across the world. At these times, people were using social media in order to mobilize life-saving resources, and I didn't think it was appropriate for me to be posting videos so regularly. I have decided to restart my book recommendations, even though I know that the COVID crisis is not behind us, and as a result, my postings will be less frequent. I do hope, however, that you will continue your reading journey with me and that my book recommendations brings all my viewers and subsequent readers comfort and hope. My recommendation for today is this book, titled With Love, a Collection of Letters. This book is a curated collection of letters that have been written by ordinary people like you and I who have submitted it to Terribly Tiny Tales. Terribly Tiny Tales, or TTT as it's often referred to, started out as a social media page where people could submit tweet-sized stories. With time, they opened up to longer format entries and have gifted the world some great pieces of content. Now, I did not choose this book because I think it makes for great literature. In fact, it's quite ordinary, but because its beauty lies in its simplicity. This book is a collection of 56 love letters that ordinary folks from all walks of life have written, and because of that, there is great diversity in the style of writing. What's great about this book is that it does not only contain love letters for lovers or romantic partners. Yes, you will find those in here. However, you will also find letters of love dedicated to parents and children alike, to pets, from pets, letters dedicated to cities, lost friends, and much more. Now, most of the language used in this book is very simple. However, the feelings are intense and authentic. The reason I recommend this book to people is because I want them to understand that love isn't unidimensional. Also, I like to tell people that you don't have to be Shakespeare in order to express your deepest love and affection for someone or something. I hope that after reading this book, you too will try your hand at writing something in order to express what you feel. All you will need is a pen, paper, and lots of love. Like I mentioned, there are 56 love letters in this book, and each better than the other, but I have chosen only two letters to read out to you all, two very different letters, in order to give you an understanding of the kind of diversity you will find in here. These are slightly longer pieces, so please have patience, but make sure you stay till the very end of each piece. The first love letter is titled Dear Sufiyan by Priyam Goel. I have crossed numerous mountains, forded countless streams, skipped on to the newer horizons every day, but I never seem to get close to you. Last night, I tried floating on a boat on the promising waters of the Jhelum, but it sank. That's why I will write you a letter and keep it close to my heart while I sleep tonight. That's the closest I can get to you reading it. Sufiyan, you and I share boundaries that have been newly walled, or has it been 10 years since I have seen your face? At 15, we were so in love. We'd marry our dolls to each other. You promised how it was going to be us someday. And then your family left for another country that the leaders had built. I remember being so devastated. I'd refused to see your face one last time. I still live in the silence of an unspoken goodbye, or rather, I dissolve slowly in it. How are things in Hindustan? To me, they all look alike. The faces here in Lahore and the people there in Hindustan. Blood has the same color wherever one goes. I've tried to reach you, but the fences are too strong. They've been made from the rotting bodies of 1,000 souls. Ami wants me to get married, but nobody wants to have a schizophrenic for a wife. Although there isn't much left for me to destroy when our lives have been destroyed already. The symptoms started soon after I came to know my wait for you was futile. You'd left to never return. How come you died before me? How could you die in a land where I couldn't bury your beautiful face with my own hands? I tell myself that you're gone, but the pain doesn't understand. It bleeds out a memory in front of me. I'd keep a garland of jasmine hoping you'd return one day, and I'd place it around your neck. Vow to be yours forever. Now it sits carefully around a picture of yours. I am still yours, Sufiyan, but I am no longer mine. I am a mental woman battling to fight life, too afraid to give in to death. Because what if heavens do have fences? Here's the second piece that I have chosen from With Love, a collection of letters. It's titled Dear Son, and it's been written by Goel, Thottan. Forgive me if I don't pronounce that correctly. Dear son, I think the age-old Bollywood cliche of a retired army officer being strict was true in my case. So yes, you did have a nightmare of a father. And I have come to realize that back then it was easier to disguise power as discipline. I had been doing it since the army days. It would help me justify every hard move I had to make. It would also make it hurt a little less each time I had to swing the cane down harder on your skin. I know I'd made the curfew stricter and the rules tighter. I'd always follow them. I felt you should too. When I was 18, I once came home late after a party and my father punched me. I've been scared of rebels ever since, and I felt if I could tame the one inside you in its earlier years, maybe I could make it leave. You were 15 when we had to bury your mother, and I'd always wonder if you'd turn out like her. As the years went by, I've seen you've become just as she was. Smart but stubborn, strong but silent. I'm happy. At least you didn't turn out to be just like me, brave but weak. We were never close, and I don't have too many happy memories of us, except for the one time I fed you. After that, I remember distance that grew between us. It went from us sitting 3 chairs apart at the dining table to eating in our own rooms. No talking while eating. I'd once said, I guess I am paying the price. I think you learn how not to be a father by looking at your own. I hope you've become nothing like me. For my pride has a thick spine, it'll never bend. And I've realized now that forcing you into the army is a mistake I will forever regret. I wanted a legacy, and when my shoulders grew weak, I pushed it onto yours to carry it forward. You haven't come home in years, and I know you won't until I'm around. But if you can, forgive me for tearing that Beacon University acceptance letter. I am sorry. These are the only 2 words I can find. I haven't told you, but it's been days since I've closed my eyes. I can't sleep anymore. I stay up at night, sometimes staring at the ceiling, sometimes drinking. I am scared that you will finally return home someday, but this time in a box. Love, your father. So that's it for this week's recommendation, With Love, a collection of letters. I certainly hope you've liked this recommendation as well as my readings. So if you have, please do like, share and comment. And until next time when I am back with another interesting book recommendation, please keep shining, keep smiling and do stay safe.